Thomas vs. James. James and Thomas were good friends, but they were also very competitive. One day, they were both at Knapford station when James made a bold remark. "You know, Thomas," he said smugly, "being a tank engine must be rather dull. You never get to show real speed like us tender engines." Thomas huffed. "I can be just as fast as you, James." "I doubt that," James smirked. "I bet I could beat you in a race any day." "Oh really?" Thomas snapped. "Let's see about that." The station master blew his whistle, and both engines set off, James with his passenger brake, and Thomas with his own. As they puffed out of the station, Thomas and James began pushing their speed. Their wheels spun faster, their pistons pumped harder, and they each tried to pull ahead. "See, James, I'm not slow," Thomas called. "Not fast enough, little tank engine," James retorted, pulling ahead. Their firemen and drivers grew nervous. "Steady now," called Thomas's driver. "We have passengers to think about." "Watch your speed, James," warned his fireman. "You're not supposed to be racing." But the two engines won't listen. All they cared about was winning. As they approached the bend near Marin, the signaler had turned yellow, then red, but neither engine noticed. "Out of the way, James," Thomas huffed, trying to get ahead. "I don't think so," James shot back. Then, screech. James's driver saw the red signal and threw on the brakes. Thomas, realizing too late, braked as well. Their wheels locked, sparks flew, and both engines skidded. James barely stopped in time, but Thomas slid onto a set of points and came off the rails with a thud. Passengers gasped as Thomas sat, half derailed and embarrassed. James, still on the rails, looked at him with wide eyes. "Uh-oh," he muttered. The Fat Controller arrived, looking very cross. "I am most disappointed in both of you," he scolded. "Racing with passengers is reckless and dangerous. You could have caused a serious accident." Thomas and James both looked down at their buffers. "We're sorry, sir," said Thomas. "We got carried away." "I suppose I did show off too much," admitted James. "Indeed," said the Fat Controller. "Thomas, you will spend the afternoon being put back on the rails. And James, you will take extra goods duties to make up for your foolishness." The two engines groaned but knew they deserved it. A few days later, Thomas and James met at the station again. "No more racing for us, eh, James?" Thomas said. "No, indeed," James chuckled. "At least, not with passengers." They both laughed as they set off carefully, this time at a sensible speed.